Hello, dear colleagues. Today I would like to present you my lesson, Hot or Cold, for the first grade. The methodological theme of this lesson is educational and didactic games as a means cognitive activity of students. Let's start with the lesson objective. For my lesson, I have chosen these lesson objectives, and according to that, all learners will be able to name types of food and drink intelligibly, use some short form answer correctly with present simple forms, identify hot and cold objects correctly, listen, do, and identify with support. So the lesson started with phonetic exercises presented in the form of tongue twister, which determined the topic. Pupils should listen to the tongue twister and practice saying it in order to develop their speech and diction at a young age. The point I want to add about tongue twisters is that they can help young learners stretch the muscles that are necessary for speech. Besides this, it helps them develop clear pronunciation and speech patterns. For this task, the pupils had got 2 minutes. After that, we did phonetic drill. Pupils repeated sounds and then I checked their pronunciation in order to evaluate the correct pronunciation of speech sounds. For this task, I gave 1 minute. Then I had to divide pupils into 2 groups. The name of the first team was apples, and the name of the second team was oranges. All children went to the board and chose a card with one or another fruit. Someone with an apple went to the first team, and someone with an orange went to the second. For the first task, pupils should guess the encrypted words. So this task develops the ability to quickly find the words, develops attentiveness and ability to concentrate. For this task, I gave 5 minutes. For each guessed word, teams got 1 jeton. For the task number 2, pupils had to divide these words into 4 categories. I have chosen this task in order to revise food vocabulary and help children pay attention to the word, teach them to distinguish its meanings, and teach them the exact use of words. For this task, I gave 5 minutes. The team that completed this task faster and correctly got 1 jeton. In order to present new theme, I used flashcards of hot and cold food and drinks and asked simple questions. I asked simple questions and we have dialogues in order to practice using some short form answers correctly with present simple forms. And after that, pupils guessed the theme of our lesson. For this task, pupils had got 5 minutes. The next step was practice task. Pupils had to clap when they heard the name of hot food and stamp feet when they heard the name of cold food. With each mistake, the participant was eliminated, and whose player remained, that team received a jeton. Pupils had got 2 minutes for this task. This task was very interesting because they aroused in children increased interest, positive emotions, help to concentrate attention on the learning task. In the middle of the lesson, I have chosen dynamic break in order to switch attention. It helps to divert attention. For dynamic break, we have 2 minutes. The next step was practice on the task number 4. Pupils had to cut out the pictures and glue in the correct box in order to practice new adjectives, hot and cold, and memorize them. The team that completed this task faster and correctly won 1 jeton. At the end of the last task, each team calculated the number of points. The team that scored the most points got medals. The next step, I have chosen the game Bingo. Bingo is probably the most famous card game in teaching English to young learners. Competitive spirit, desire to win, violent emotions, and joyful shouts of bingo make this game consistently popular among 7 and 8-age learners. For this game, we had got 5 minutes. This game is played using thematic cards which depict subjects related to the topics being studied. The aim of using bingo cards is to consolidate vocabulary on the topics studied with the help of a game, to develop phonemic hearing, attention, and memory, to develop motivation to further study of foreign language. For the reflection, pupils were given pieces of cards, red, yellow, and green, and students have a set of traffic lights they can use to indicate whether they fully understand the topic, the green card, are in the middle, yellow card, or are struggling, the red card. And after this, I could analyze their reflection and ask some questions about their problems. Thank you for your attention, dear colleagues. Goodbye.